Luke Gifford and Jerald Foster have been Husker football staples during their time at Nebraska. Each redshirted went through 3 different head coaches and saw their fair share of defeat. However, through it all, they remained loyal and steady influences in the Lincoln community. And as their football careers inched closer to the end, we brought them back to the place where it all began.
We made it.
Oh, there you are right there, yeah.
That was the last 2.
Right.
For Luke Gifford and Jerald Foster, memory lane is a stroll down the halls of Southeast High School.
This is fun to be back. A whole lot's changed, but I'm happy. I mean, it feels like home, you know?
Yeah, it's not much, like you said, not much has changed. You know, we spent a lot of time here. It's cool to come back. New faces and stuff, but still the same place that I remember.
5 years it's been since Luke and Jerald roamed these halls.
And I'm pushing up the biceps there. Those aren't real, so they're pretty skinny.
A place they remember well.
The first thing I think about is our state championship, and I think it was 2012. Is that right? So our sophomore year of high school.
They put 11, but it was 11-12.
Oh,
yeah, that's right. It was 11.
Yep, that's it right there.
Classroom memories stand out too.
You guys ever hear your name called like up there?
I don't, maybe once or twice, but usually for good reasons, I think. But no, so.
Who was the better student?
Probably Jerald. No, really?
I would think.
You'd be surprised. I'm going Jerald.
Joking aside, Jerald and Luke led the Knights to conference titles in basketball.
Yeah, there's one of them, 2013.
Yes, there are jokes there too.
We were playing Northeast and Hack, actually, is a championship game, and they threw a full court shot at the end of the game, and Jerald was on the other end of the court, and it was not even close. And he fair caught the ball, catches it, and starts running with it at the end of the game.
There was no messing around on the field, though, as the pair combined for 5 Super State honors, helping Southeast win that state title, the last football championship by a Lincoln school. And when it came to college, Luke chose Nebraska, the first commit of the 2014 class. Jerald decided later.
Was it always Nebraska? Was it always here that you wanted to go?
Well, before Jerald answers, I know I wanted to, and we used to talk about it. Before I committed, we used to talk about, you know, like what we wanted to do and where we wanted to go. And Jerald, he was a hard card to read. He wouldn't tell me everything, you know. Yeah, especially once I committed, he tried to keep it close to the vest, and he'd tease me and stuff, and not let me into his mind. But I had a hunch that he'd always come, because I didn't think he could leave me. But no, I'm just kidding. He probably could have, and he would have been fine. But no, I'm glad he came.
You grow up thinking that you want to be somewhere this whole time, which is kind of crazy. We, you know, 2 different mindsets when we were growing up. I always grew up, I was like, oh, Bama, Bama, Bama. That was going to be me. And talking to the guys that, you know, were running the program, and then talking to the guys that are running the one here, I fell in love with these guys. I did. I knew that they were there for me. My brother, being able to be at Nebraska too, that was truly my trump card. You know, I was like, well, if I get to play with my brother anymore, and with guys that, you know, I treat as my brothers like Luke, it's worth it. It definitely is worth it. So making the decision to come here was the best decision of my life.
And here they are, joining a tradition of greatness.
What do we have, 9 state championships in football?
9,
Is that right?
Do you guys feel any pressure at all going to Nebraska as Southeast athletes?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, there's been a lot of good ones, you know, and Coach Rude's one of them, and those are all guys, I don't know about you, but when I was growing up, those were all guys that I looked up to, and especially Gordo. I still check his box score all the time, you know, see how he's doing. So, yeah, there's a lot of greats that came out of here.
And as their collegiate careers near the end.
Have you guys thought about what that moment in Memorial Stadium is going to be like, walking out of that tunnel for the last time?
It's going to be wild. It's crazy, you know, that it's already here. I felt like we just ended our last game here at Southeast, that was a hard game for me, you know. And I didn't know exactly how it was going to be when we got to college, because the way people always talk, they're like, you get to play with your best friends in high school, which is why, you know, it's such a big moment when it's your last game. And I feel like we're all best friends in college. I'm going to see the same kind of effect there. So this last game's going to be, it'll be emotional, but I think that's what's going to push us a little bit farther.
Over the last week, I've kind of replayed it a bunch of times in my head, you know, and it still doesn't seem like it could possibly be real. Just I think about when I was little and everything that I wanted to do, and then to actually have those opportunities and play in front of, you know, this state and for this state and in that stadium. And I replayed that moment I don't know how many times in my head when I was little, and then to actually be doing it and have this one be the last one there, you know, it's pretty crazy. But I'm just trying to soak it all up, you know, and enjoy everything. And I think about, just like he said, I think about high school, and I didn't take high school for granted, but you wish that you could just take every moment that happens and enjoy it, you know. So I'm trying to kind of do the same thing here, you know, the last couple weeks of the season.
And after that, who knows? But they'll find out together.
Giff's one of my best friends for it, and after we're done here, you know, at the university, hopefully we'll be able to keep pushing forward and keep this relationship going, you know.
That's sweet.
Right there, guys.
Great story. Thanks to Luke, Jerald, and Lincoln Southeast and the Huskers for helping make that happen.